It all begins with numbering systems, and you're familiar with numbering systems, but let's just have a quick review. In numbering systems, it's all about the base. The base is the total number of distinct values that any specific digit can have. You're familiar with base 10, that is the decimal numbering system. We'll also talk about binary or base 2. Now let's talk about a few characteristics of every numbering system. First, the base defines a few different things about that numbering system. It defines the range of each digit. That is, each digit can go from 0 up to the base minus 1. So in base 10, you can go from 0 to 9 for any given digit. In binary, you can go from 0 to 1 for any digit. Now, the total number of digits that you have in your number and the base determine the total number of unique values that can be represented. That is, the number of unique values is the base raised to the number of digits. If I have 3 different digits and my base is 10, then that would be 10 to the 3 or 1,000. Of course, from that I can deduce the range of values. In the previous examples, that would go from 0 to 999 because there are 1,000 unique values. One other thing to note is that each column position has a value associated with it, and often we call that, for instance, the ones column or the tens column or the hundreds column. Let's switch over to our spreadsheet and check out both the decimal numbering system and the binary numbering system. Let's switch over to our spreadsheet and check out the decimal numbering system and the binary numbering system. If you haven't downloaded these spreadsheets yet, go back to the course files lecture and do so now. As you can see, I'm on the decimal numbering systems tab. If you hover over each of these items in the left column, you'll get a little pop-up explaining what they are. We've just explained them, so I don't think we need to go through them right now. You can see that decimal has a base of 10, and each digit can take on a value between 0 and 9. In this case, if I have an 8-digit number, I can represent 100 million different values, ranging from 0 up to 99,999,999. Now I want to point out that each of the columns has a value associated with it, as we just discussed. In Western numbering systems, we read numbers from the right to the left. That is, the rightmost column has the smallest values. So this is the ones column, the tens column, the hundreds column. The way that we determine the value for a column is that we take the column number, starting at 0 here, and we take the base to that number. So 10 to the 0 is going to be 1. Any number to the 0 is 1. 10 to the 1 is 10, or the base itself. 10 to the 2 is 100, 10 to the 3 is 1,000, etc. as we work our way across the page. Let's jump over and see the binary numbering system now. In a similar vein, we have a base. In binary it's 2, and any digit can take on the value 0 or 1. If we have 8 total digits in our binary number, then we can represent 256 values from 0 to 255. The first column, starting at the right-hand side, has a value of 1, the second 2, the third 4, the fourth 8, etc. Of course, we start our numbering of our columns at 0, and the value is just like we talked about with the decimal numbering system. 2 to the 0 is 1, 2 to the 1 is 2, 2 to the 2, 4, 2 to the 3, 8, etc. as we work our way across the page.